Good morning, Unity on the River. We open with our yearly theme, I am Unity on the River, and I live as the love, the faith, and the joy that I am. And so it is. I am Unity on the River, and I live as the love I am. I live as the love I am. Let's sing that again. I am Unity on the River, and I live as the love I am. I live as the love I am. Let's go up, faith. I am Unity on the River, and I live as the faith I am. I live as the faith I am. I am Unity on the River, and I live as the faith I am. I live as the faith I am. The joy. I am Unity on the River, and I live as the joy I am. I live as the joy I am again. I am Unity on the River, and I live as the joy I am. I live as the joy I am. We are Unity on the love, and we live as the love. We live as the love we are. We are Unity on the River, and live as the love we are. We live as the love we are. We live as the love we are. We live as the love we are. Yes, we do. Open up to the Spirit. Open up to the One. Open up to the Spirit.
That thy will be done.
All of the promises I pray are coming in on me every day when I open up to the Spirit. Open up. Oh, I got this body and I got this soul. I got no love, and I know how to hold. I got a window of time on this earth to celebrate my birth and connect to this power that makes me whole. To the Spirit. shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer. Everybody, yeah. Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Oh yeah, shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer. One more time. Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Yes, it is. So rise, please, if you are able. Join hands with your neighbor and let us sing. Surely, surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Let us pray. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place, and indeed every place that each and every one of us makes ourselves known. Because each and every one of us is the embodiment of the divine. We are the hands, the feet, the face, the heart of God made visible, made felt. Each of us is that which we have been waiting for in the transformation of this world. And today we come together to celebrate that, to remember that, to know that truth, so that when we ask, where's God? We simply say, here I am. And so it is, and so let it be. Amen and amen. You may be seated.
Here I am.
Here I am. Good morning. Welcome to Unity on the River. If you've not had a chance to meet yet, I am Reverend Ogun Holder, Senior Minister here, as always on Sunday morning. Thrilled to be here. This is my favorite day of the week. And I am glad because I get to share it with this amazing band, these amazing singers. All y'all are pretty something too. You're pretty good too. And as I hinted in my opening prayer this morning, just now, we are God made visible. We are God made real. So should you ever wonder what the face of the divine looks like, you simply look in the face of another. So turn right now to someone and say, looking good, God. Turn back and say, thank you, God. And I love how God manifests in the humorous, absolutely delightful form of this young lady right here. Make it Lucia.
Good morning.
Thank you, Lucky.
Welcome to Unity on the River. I just want you to all know you've got to try the choir. Unbelievable. So much fun. I think I'm going to start singing. Yeah, I think so. I guess I just committed myself a little bit. Little bit. Thank you. Good morning and welcome to Unity on the River. As you know, I am Mickey Lucia, or Lucia. I like Lucia too. It's Italian, you know. And I'm facilitating for, of course, our wonderful Reverend Olden. 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 Hey, how the hell did I get that? That's kind of a combination of Ogun Holder. Reverend Ogun Holder today. First of all, I want to welcome the streamers that are on our video stream. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Now, if you're, raise your hand if you're new. It's your first day. Welcome. We've got two. We've got one here. Keep those hands up. We've got a flower welcome packet coming. We've got one over here. And we've got one right here. Thank you. We appreciate you coming and checking us out. There's information in the packet. Keep those hands up. She's working on it. There you go. Keep those hands up. One. Anyone over here? Okay. There's information in the packet. There's a table in fellowship if you want to check out anything about us. Of course, I hope you can join us for fellowship if you have any questions. And your new car is outside. So let's see. We also have our the sermons are recorded for different types of podcasts online. If you'd like to hear them again, or if you miss a week, we could do that. You could check that out. The flower that you have in your hand gives you 10% off. So if you all get together, you'll get 40%. Is that how it works? And then just know that your being here enriches our experience, because we do welcome all paths to God, no matter how you were raised. We thank you for coming today. So Unity on the River is a center of celebration and transformation, inspiration, spirit-centeredness, oneness, and joy. So let's hold these truths in our heart as we say our vision for ourselves and the world together. Awakened to and transformed by divine love, we are expanding, compassionate, inclusive beacon of light. My last name is literally Lucia, means light. Pretty cool, huh? I like that. All right, anyway. And we achieve our vision through our mission of, together, transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. Isn't that cool? Take that with you this week. Okay, brief announcements. Today after service, you'll notice in hospitality that we have our annual Sacred Service Fair. Take a peek. Volunteering is a wonderful, selfish thing to do. Good morning, Christina. My wife just came in. Good morning. Been waiting for you. Anyway, take a peek at our various volunteer teams and see what calls for you. Like I said, if you have the time, Good morning, Shipley. And Carol's here, too. I have to say it. Everybody's Shipley and Carol are here. It's wonderful to see you guys. All right, I'm sorry. I'm like really ADHD. I don't know if you realized that when you asked me to take this on. Okay, brief announcements. All right, volunteer team. So if you want to volunteer, really, it's almost like a selfish thing, because it really feeds you, but it also helps our community, because that's what we are, a community, so you're helping each other. Collaboration is the way. Saturday, November 23rd, 11 to 3 is National Adoption Day's Shining Star Extravaganza. Hosted by Child and Family Services of Merrimack Valley, Leslie Smith, a variety of talent show and raffle for a trip to Williamsburg, Virginia. There's information about that online, and so definitely check that out if you have any questions about that. There's going to be raffle tickets available in the bookstore. I want to join Amy Jocelyn, one of our many LUT teachers. That's, what is that? Licensed Unity teachers, starting Sunday, December 9th at noon, for a trip to Bethlehem. A 4-week metaphysical exploration of the traditional Christmas story using the text of The Trip to Bethlehem book by Hypatia Hasbrook, available in our bookstore, of course. And then lastly, we are looking for 4 cooked turkeys. Raise your hand if you can provide that for our Thanksgiving. For my house this afternoon. No, for Thanksgiving, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving potluck, we need 5 cooked turkeys. We got 1. We got 2. Oh, go see Michael. Go see Michael. Michael, you here? Michael? Okay, he will be around. Do you know Michael? Okay, can you write it down for me? So that's 1, 2. Anybody else? I have all day, you know. I used to be a teacher. We got Sharon. We've got that beautiful lady over there. Anybody? Anybody? All right, think about it. Think about it. It's all good. It's all good. And if you can provide a cooked turkey, let Michael know in the office sooner than later. All right. Sorry, that's enough for me now. Let's all get together and take a moment to greet each other in love. With either a handshake or a hug, I invite you to say, I see you, I see your beauty, I see your magnificence, I see the divine in you. Namaste.
Please be seated. Before I go into my talk today, I want to take a few moments to acknowledge the hard work and culmination of a journey for someone in our congregation. Mickey just mentioned that we have many licensed Unity teachers here. In case you are unaware, licensed Unity teacher is someone who has done a lot of study and assignments and extra work to become certified to teach Unity classes for credit. And what that means is, you see me as a Unity minister. How did I get here? The path was I had to take a lot of Unity classes. That was the first part of the journey and receive credit for them. But I just couldn't take them from anyone. I had to take them from either an ordained Unity minister or a licensed Unity teacher. And a few months ago, Tom Paolini completed his journey. A couple of weeks ago, Amy Jocelyn completed her journey. And today, all of a sudden, we have a third person who has completed their journey to become a licensed Unity teacher. She is one of the most dedicated, just in general, hard-working individuals in this community. She's part of the Prayer Chaplain co-leadership team. She serves on the board as well. And for some strange reason, she wanted to pile on and become a licensed Unity teacher. But as anyone who I had absolutely no doubt would achieve that and succeed in that and become an additional blessing to our community in that way, it is Rena David. Rena, come on up. Take one sideways. Take one sideways. There we go. So it is with deep pride.
Yes.
And I know for Shipley, deep pride as well, because this journey started when she was the minister here as well, that I'm proud to present this certificate to you as a licensed Unity teacher. Congratulations. But wait, there's more.
Rena, on behalf of the board of Unity on the River, we are so proud, so grateful, and so in awe of all that you do for Unity. Not just as being on the board, but as a leader of the prayer chaplains who, like you say, it's like trying to herd butterflies. We're so grateful that you followed your heart and you followed your dream. And I cannot wait to watch other people follow in your footsteps. You are loved and blessed and admired.
Thank you all. What you have to understand is it's you that brought me here. And a shout out to Amy. that was there every step of the way, even when I had doubt. She was a great tutor and a mentor right up to the day of the exam and the first class with Shipley. Little did I know this is where I would be. But I am grateful to all the support and love and the nurturing. Truly, truly grateful. This is for you. Thank you.
So, wait. So before you go, let us extend our hands and energetically bless Rena with our unity blessing. Together. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ that you are. So it is. Thank you. You're welcome. Operator error. There you go. I'm on. It truly is a thrill, and I think. Oh, well, I was going to say I think Shipley will identify. She's over there bawling. Thank you. It is truly a great joy as a minister, as a leader, to see when others have taken on that mantle of ministry and leadership as well, and to know that in many ways there was nothing we had to do other than support, because it was already there in them. There was nothing we had to coax out, forks out. It was already there. So it's, yeah, warm spot in the heart. I'll try not to blubber now because you're triggering my tear glands, and I got to do a talk. So we are coming to the final week. We are in the final week, beginning the final week of our Adventures in Faith journey with this amazing volume of work, the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. And week after week, I continue to hear feedback from you of how the book is just cut into the chase of what we are being called up to, not only as spiritual beings, but as spiritual leaders and people who live from a place of spiritual consciousness. In case this is the first time that you are here to hear about this, quick 5-minute recap. Less than that. Quick recap of what this journey is about. So we started with this idea that we are both living and leading from either above the line or below the line. And when we were below the line, it's a consciousness of to me, of victimhood. Everything's happening to me. They are doing it to me. That is making me do this. A victim consciousness. And in order to get above the line and begin our journey above the line, we have to accept radical responsibility. We have to commit to taking radical responsibility for the circumstances of our life, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. And then we also have to commit to helping others doing the same. When we do that, we start that journey spiraling upwards in consciousness to realize then life happens by us, through us, and as us. We speak about this in unity. It's our first and second principles. God is absolute good everywhere, and that Christ spirit, Christ consciousness, divine spark is the essence of who we are. So it's God manifesting as us, and we have to be open to letting it flow in every moment that we live and lead. We talked about how a lot of this has to do with communicating consciously with each other. That rather than hide our feelings, we share them openly, and how things affect us. And we do so in a place not to change others' behavior, but to connect with them and stay connected with them. We commit to saying what is true for us, to being a person with whom others can express themselves with candor, with freeness, with honesty, with openness. And then we talked about, even when that happens, how do we start with our thoughts to begin with? And we talked about we have to reframe the story. Remember, everything means what we say it means. We assign the meaning to a thing. Everything is inherently meaningless. So what is the meaning that you will assign to it? When you catch yourself realizing that you've assigned a below-the-line meaning and you begin to reframe the story, then you're making a commitment to saying that the opposite of your story is true or just as truer, and recognizing that, yeah, I interpret it and I can reinterpret it just as easily, just as quickly, so that any feelings that come up can quickly be changed. I had an experience of this just this morning. As someone said to me as I walked in, Reverend Ogun, I really like your beard this year. I wasn't gonna call any names. Okay. Right. So, but of course, the only part of that statement I heard was this year. And my brain went to, wait, what happened to all the other years that have been growing out the beard? What was that? And I caught myself, and I said, you know what? Thank you. I'm gonna reframe what I just heard and get it back above the line and simply say thank you for that compliment. And that's what it is. It's not about we do this work so that we are permanently affixed above the line and we like floating in nirvana. No, that's not what it is at all, because we're human beings. We have human feelings. We have human emotions. Life comes up for us and we respond. We have emotional responses. But the journey is to realize that when we drift below the line, what do you mean this year? I was looking pretty fly last year too. When we drift below the line, we catch ourselves and realize that's not what she was saying. She was telling me about this moment, in this moment. And I can accept that in this moment and say thank you and not run the script in my head. By the way, I announce this every year. I don't remember if I did before or not, but I'll share it again. Part of the reason that I grow the beard out every November is twofold. One, it keeps the face a little warm. There's that. I don't like the facial hair. I don't like it purely for vanity reasons, because when I don't have a beer and I go into a bar or restaurant, they card me. And when the beer comes out, they don't even give it a second thought. So in my vain and useless attempt to hold on to my youth, I usually keep the beard off. What's that? You're saying it's gray. I'm saying it's gray now. Yes, I also buzz the scalp so the gray hair doesn't come out. Earlier this week, someone else said, you have hair. I thought you buzzed your scalp because you were bald and trying to hide it. Again, above the line. I'm going to stay above the line. And say, well, yes, thank you. Thank you. That one was not Mickey. And again, calling no names. But part of why you do it is there's a movement called No Shave November. And the idea of this movement is to raise awareness and funds for cancer prevention and research. Some of you know this. I lost my wife to cancer over 4 years ago. And in raising funds and awareness, the reason we do the no shave is a sort of symbolic connection with those who go through cancer treatments and lose their hair. So what happens is they ask men all over the world to stop shaving, grooming, anything for a whole month, and the money they would have spent, they donate to the organization No Shave November. So if you'd like to participate in that, you don't have to. It's totally optional. Go to noshavenovember.org or look on my social media page. I got a link there for my specific account, and make a donation if you would like to do that. So I do that every November. And then usually by Christmas, I'm like tired of the scratching and the stuff, and I might shave it off, but who knows? Every year I do it, I begin to accept more and more of the fact that I'm a middle-aged man, and it's okay. What's that? That's all right. I like it when the chaplains laugh. And not only that, but to accept the fact that here at 45 years old is the happiest I've ever been in my life. And it has nothing to do with how much gray I have. And unbelievably, I don't understand it, but some people actually find it attractive. I don't know why, but who am I to argue? So I accept I know that's what you were saying, right? But in my head, I drifted below the line and I came back up. Thank you for the opportunity to practice. Because that's all it is. That's all it is. When people say the things that they say to us that trigger us, all they're doing is giving us opportunities to practice. Everything that goes out in the world out there is an opportunity for us to practice. Practice another commitment, which is to realize that anytime we are seeking approval or we're seeking to feel safe or whatever, we are already that. Everything we are seeking, we already are. And we have to realize that by laying claim of our wholeness. We talk about spiritual wholeness, and sometimes we don't make the connection that that's what it means. It means that everything we are seeking to feel whole, we already are. And the only way we will get the things that we think we need to feel whole is to acknowledge we already are. It's like in order to get to the end of our journey, we got to start there. So if you're feeling an absence of love in your life, affirm and know the truth. You are already whole in love. And you don't need to find another half. You need to find another whole. Because if there are two people who are looking for the other halves, that's going to be a relationship disappointment right away. But if you got a whole person looking for another whole person, then that's going to be a relationship fulfillment. Two wholes, not two halves. Wholeness. Same thing with everything else in our lives. If we're feeling lack and scarcity and the pinch of a budget, remember that we are abundance. This is part of our wholeness. We are abundant. And when we acknowledge our abundance, what's going to come to us is some really creative ways to work around. We need money too. I was talking about this in my abundance class not too long ago, where somebody said, I really want to travel. This is my goal, to travel. And when I get the money, I'll be able to travel. And when we don't claim our wholeness, we get stuck in this if-then. If only I had money, then I'd be able to travel. But that's not true. That is so far from the truth. If you don't believe me, when you get home, get on the internet and Google travel bloggers or travel influencers. There are people who travel all over the world. They get paid to do it because what they do is they go travel, they blog about the places they travel, they take pictures, and it influences other people to go there too. And people are happy to have it. People are happy to have people that have like millions of Instagram followers come to their hotel and rave about it and pay about it. So this is what happens when we claim our wholeness, when we realize we already are all that we seek to have, then all of a sudden we are open to divine ideas about what's ours to do. So then the next thing that sometimes happens with us spiritual people, room under the bus for one, sometimes what happens to me is that I get tempted to fall into that place of, I've been studying this for a lot of years, I'm mindful, I'm a great meditator, I'm a person who's seeking advanced spiritual teachings, so therefore, all of this is going out in the world, just a crazy illusion, I don't need nothing to do about it, I just sit home, meditate, pray, that's all I need to do. And we get into this place of spiritual apathy. We find ourselves in a place where we think because we are, quote, spiritually awakened, that we don't have to do anything out in the world. We don't even want to watch the news. We can't have that pollute in our consciousness. But this is not conscious living. This is not conscious leadership. Because when we live from that place, we're committed to responding to the needs of the world with apathy or resentment, doing nothing, and assigning blame to others. That's where we live below the line. How do we get above the line with this? How do we realize that we, as I said earlier, we are all that we are seeking? So if we're seeking a world of peace, if we're seeking a world of harmony, if we're seeking a world of justice, if we're seeking a world of equality, if we're that, how do we get it out there? Us. We have to realize that when we live in a conscious peace, when conscious place, when we see all that's missing out in the world, we don't see it from a place of lack and wishing, we see it from a place of invitation. We see it from a place of realizing we've been invited to be that missing piece. That we've been invited to step up and be the solution. So how do we get above the line with this? We realize it's about being and becoming. Being conscious liver, a conscious leader, and then becoming what is asked of us or what we're being invited to, what is ours to do in order to be the solution that the world needs. We don't see it again from that place of lack. Remember last week we talked about that. It's not a place of lack. It's a place of realizing that the world we want that works for everyone is not our present reality on the outside. It's there in potential. And as we continue to evolve our conscious potential, our divine potential, then we can answer that call for what's out there. This is what the prayer of St. Francis was all about. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. It's an invitation. And here's the thing about invitations. You can always say no. You can always say no because you're whole. There's nothing you have to do, but there's so much you can do. There's a great song, I think it's Janice Stanfield. If it's not, correct me. But there's a great line that says, we cannot do all that the world needs, but the world needs all that we can do. That's the invitation as conscious spiritual livers and leaders. When we do that, then we commit to being the resolution or the solution. Seeing what is missing in the world is an invitation to become what is required. So the only question that's left to ask yourself is, am I willing to change? Am I willing to change? And you might say, but Reverend Ogun, I've already changed. I'm above the line. First of all, yes, and we're always drifting and shifting. And above the line isn't just an end-pointed destination. We're always evolving up. There's always more to go. We never reach the end point. Am I willing to change? Yeah. Am I really willing to change? Am I really ready to ask myself the difficult questions about myself and do what it takes to evolve? I mean, like, for real, am I really ready to change? Because when we ask about change and we say, hey, who wants change? We're all, yay, want change. But then when it comes to who wants to change, that's a little tougher. Because we realize it's only about each one of us, not anybody else out there. It's only about us. So are you really ready to change? We're going to find out. I invite you to gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And if you're reading this book, you're going to come across this during the week. And I invite you to spend some time, a lot of time, beyond this week, answering these questions. And if there's anything less than a whole body enthusiastic yes, that's okay. It simply shows us where there's healing and work to do within ourselves. So take a few deep breaths. Center in this time, in this place, in this moment. And for right now, think of an issue in your life that you believe you want to change. An area of challenge, an area of difficulty, Maybe an area in which you still hold some resentment, some anger, unresolved feelings. Maybe you're wishing for a different outcome. Just bring something to mind and hold it there. Are you willing to take 100% responsibility? Not more, not less, 100% for this issue? Are you willing to stop blaming and criticizing others and yourself? Are you willing to let go of being right? Are you willing to get more interested in learning than defending your ego? Are you willing to feel all of your authentic feelings around this issue? Fear, anger, joy, sadness. Are you willing to reveal to others all that you withhold? Are you willing to speak without arguing? Are you willing to listen consciously? Are you willing to stop all gossip about this issue? Are you willing to clear up all past issues with all relevant parties around this issue? Are you willing to clean up all broken agreements related to this issue? Or renegotiate all agreements related to this issue that you no longer have a whole body yes to keep in? Are you willing to shift from entitlement to appreciation about this issue? Are you willing to let go of past resentment and replace it with genuine appreciation? Are you willing to see that the opposite of your story is as true or as truer than your story? Are you willing to let go of seeking approval, control, and security from the outside? Are you willing to experience that you have enough of everything? Are you willing to see that everyone and everything related to this issue are your allies? Are you willing to stop competing and compromising and create an authentic win-for-all resolution around this issue? Are you willing to be the resolution that you are seeking? Are you willing? If you noticed any resistance to any of these questions, simply realize without judgment that is an invitation for us to shift to above the line. An invitation for us to live from a much deeper conscious place. An invitation for our spiritual and personal evolution. Am I willing? Let us sit in the moment, in the silence for a few moments with that question. Am I willing? Am I willing? Let us affirm in this moment that as we answer this call to be the solution, to be the resolution, that indeed we are willing. We are willing to say yes to the journey of our spiritual growth, our spiritual evolution, our spiritual deepening, our spiritual expanding. We are willing to say yes to be all the love, light that is missing in this world. And we hold that truth and that intention for all the names in this prayer box, all these requests for love to be made real. And should you hold that intention of wholeness, that intention of the being the resolution, being the change, being that which is being sought for anyone else in your life, I invite you to say their names out loud now. In so doing, we also affirm that we are willing to be that presence for them, that presence of hope, of love, of light, of comfort, of the divine itself. It is what we are called to be. It is who we are in this world today. Those who are willing to be that change. And so it is.
God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. Please join us. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. One more time. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be.
Thank you, Reverend Ogun. Thank you all. Thank you. Beautiful song. Thanks for sharing my experience, because I was thinking the exact same thing when you brought that up. I was going to say, tell them about what happened. So that was perfect timing, the universe. Yeah. I know. We should go on the road. Okay. I'd like to now take this time to introduce our prayer chaplains. These beautiful souls are here for you if you have a prayer or a thought of gratitude. Could you please stand if you're able, prayer chaplains? They can meet with you right after church, either here or if you need a private room. They'll hold all prayers and intentions and, of course, the strictest of confidence. We also have a home and hospital prayer chaplain program. I know Nancy is here. Is Catherine here? Thank you. These beautiful souls will come and visit, or whether it be at home or hospital visits. And if you have somebody that you'd like to do that with, please see Nancy or Catherine. And if you have any questions, you can always call the office. You can also submit prayer requests in the prayer request box and online. These prayers are prayed over here, and then they're sent to Silent Unity, where they're also prayed over, which is beautiful. And now it's time to get our tithes and offerings together. And as we do that, let's say our affirmation of tithes and offerings together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I do, and all that I receive.
As ushers come forward and collect our offering for today, just a reminder, you can go to unityontheriver.org/donate at any point in time to share a gift, including now on your cell phone in the service. We accept any time. Reminder, as Mickey pointed out earlier, the day before Thanksgiving, Wednesday the 27th, here in the evening, we are having our annual Thanksgiving potluck open mic. Please bring a dish to share. In fact, we actually have an online sign up so that we can make sure we have all the wonderful Thanksgiving foods that we're accustomed to. Michael and someone else in the bookstore will have some laptops up so you can go and sign up and enter what you're bringing for the potluck, or you can do that anytime on your own. Anyone else now willing to realize that what's missing is some more turkeys and be the resolution? You're going to bring one, Karen? Excellent. So that's Karen. Anyone else? Anyone else for turkey? Turkey? Excellent. All right. So we have 4. Come on, one more. We just need one more. Anyone else? One more. In the back. We got one in the back. Excellent. Thank you. Oh, raise your hand again. Raise your hand if you just said you give a turkey. Michael, turkey people. Oh, you got names back there? All right. Excellent. All right. And again, if you want to participate in the open mic, your act needs to be previewed. So starting today after service and next week after service, Keith will preview your open mic act. We will not be taking any unpreviewed acts for the open mic. Okay? Again, this is not an audition to see if you're good enough. This is just a preview so that we know what we're getting ourselves into. And we can also then give you some feedback to help make your performance even better. So that's what this is, a preview. Meg wants to share an invitation
So
as well.
what's happening December 13th? Christmas concert, yes, and there's one more opportunity to come up and join this fabulous choir, which now has 11 members, and I want one more, or at least. So you have one more chance this Thursday night to come on and join us. It's called Christmas at Home concert, because it's all of our beautiful hometown players. Brian, Leslie Smith will be here, Lisa Plumley, I'll be singing, Lucian Parkin will be bringing something. Am I forgetting someone else? If I am, I apologize, but it's going to be a lot of fun, December 13th, and this lovely band, our band is going to be here, yay! So, we'll be telling you more about that. Just join the choir, because we've only got 4 more rehearsals, with one on December 8th after service. Okay.
And the concert will be a love offering donation at the door, right?
15.
Suggested love offering donation of $15 the night of the concert as well. Let us give thanks for these gifts today. So from that place of abundance and from that place of gratitude, we give thanks for these gifts. However you chose to invest in your spiritual community today, whether it be here or online, we give thanks. We give thanks to you in this room, those of you watching online who have shared. And we take a portion of these back and we donate them to all the wonderful community services here in the Amesbury area and to the Unity Movement. And in so doing, we continue being the flow. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. I know Mickey's got some more gratitudes for us.
Lots of gratitudes, lots of thank yous for today's service. Takes a lot of people to create the service. So I want to thank you to everybody that has taken a part in this service and all the services. Special thank yous for some angels, Teresa, Malik, Julian, Hannah, Jack, Ed, Steve, Linda, Sahava. And then if you're on these teams, please stand. Floral team. Thank you for the beautiful flowers, always. Hospitality team, if you've ever helped in hospitality, please stand. I know people helping. They're probably out there. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sure they're probably out there too. And then building and maintenance team. I know they're going to be, because we're doing the service, the Secret Service Fair. I was going to call it. Secret Service Fair. The Sacred Service Fair. I know there was a table for building and maintenance. I know Jim's always looking for help if you're good with any, little things like that. And also, any board members here? Please stand. Rena, you just stand for everything. Are there any licensed Unity teachers here? Are there any licensed Unity teachers here? Please stand. Huh? That's awesome. That just came through me from Spirit. Told me to do that. Okay, so thank you for that. Wednesday night service. Wednesday night service is November 20th. And it's with one of our licensed Unity teachers, Tom Paolini. Wow, it's just coming up over and over again. And now it's time for you to sing again.
Yay!
All right.
All right. Well, we also want to honor one of our own who passed a year ago at this time, is our dear October Craig. So we're going to sing Grace Like Rain and dedicate that to her and all of those who've passed before. And Brian's going to lead us with a lot of gratitude.
Not hearing it. Oh, no.
Oh, it's
Sound
not
guy,
right?
turn that. Oh, never mind.
Oh, do you want me to go see if I can help you?
Well, it'll be acoustic-y sounding today.
Do you want me to go press a button?
Oh, no, I don't think it's a button issue. I think my battery died.
Darn.
Sorry about that. Things happen.
Things happen. The
This
band.
is called Grace Like Rain. You'll kind of recognize the
The words.
to the words, but done a little bit differently. So. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Hallelujah, grace like rain pouring down on me. Hallelujah, all my pain is washed away, it's washed away. Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Hallelujah, grace like rain falls down on me. Hallelujah, all my pains are washed away, they're washed away. We've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, with no less days to sing our praise than when we first begun. Hallelujah, grace like rain falls down on me. Hallelujah, all my pain are washed away. Hallelujah, grace like rain falls down on me. Hallelujah, all my pains are washed away, washed away. They're washed away.
Washed
Nicely done. Let us stand. No, we're not taking hands yet. We're welcoming the children. We are walking as the light.
We are.
Namaste, I stand in the presence. So I just wanted to say it's great to have a full house. As you know, sometimes we have a very full house and not such a full house. So I just want to reiterate as we're entering and preparing for the new year, the welcome of bring your grandchildren, bring your children. I've had the joy of having my kids bring their friends and had really good experiences with that. So just to really know that we're open to that and to reiterate that invitation.
Thank you. Let us stand, take the hand of our neighbor as we affirm the truth for these kids, for ourselves, for the entire the world. Let there be peace on earth. All right, we sing prayer protection.
of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and we are richly blessed.
Go be the change.